I watched the windows on room 733 for an entire week, but they remained open. Occasionally at night, I thought I could hear a noise next door, like marbles dropping and rolling across the floor. Since it never woke Lydia up, I didn't bother to say anything. One afternoon, I was alone in the dorm editing notes on my laptop. I had my headphones in, but the music wasn't loud enough to cover the noise of someone knocking on the door. "Come in," I said without looking up from the screen. A moment went by, and then I heard the knocking again. I jerked my earbuds out and slammed the laptop closed. I turned around, What the fuck? The door to the hallway was wide open. I'd left it open on purpose since Ian, a junior I was dating, was supposed to be stopping by. I heard the knocking again from behind me and literally jumped out of my chair. It had come from the other side of the room, the closet door. It was the closet that shared a wall with room 733. "Lydia, you're not fucking funny." "Nothing. Lydia, I swear to God, I will punch you in your face." Silence. I walked over to the closet door and grasped the handle. "Lydia, you're a fucking dash." "A fucking what?" Her voice came from the doorway, behind me. I let go of the doorknob and stumbled back, wide-eyed. Lydia threw her stuff on the bed and turned to me, crossing her arms. "I'm a fucking what?" "I thought you were hiding in the closet," I said lamely. "What? What?" "Because someone was knocking on the door." "Jesus, Becca." Lydia rubbed her forehead and walked over to the closet, throwing open the door. There was nothing there but clothes and boxes. She made a swipe of her arm as if to say, "What now?" "I swear, Dash. Becca, there's no one here." "I know what I heard." We glared at each other until our little standoff was interrupted by the timely arrival of Ian. He immediately sensed the tension in the room. "Hi, ladies. What's new?" I gave my roommate a hostile look. "There's strange shit is going on in that room next door." "But that's not new." "Which room? 735? Or the empty one?" "The empty one," Lydia emphasized. 733. "Yeah, I'm not surprised. That's the suicide room. Right? We heard about the deaths." I sat down on my bed. "Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. 3 suicides, all in one dorm room." "3? Lydia raised her eyebrow. "We were told there were 2. Well, there were a couple people in the 70s, and then some guy about 10 years ago. He jumped out the window." Lydia and I both shuddered. Although she was much worse, we were both terrified of heights. A falling death was about the worst thing I could think of. "I will admit that 3 suicides in the same dorm room is fucking disturbing," Lydia said in an apologetic tone. "Yeah, I heard there's something in that room." Ian said. "Like what?" "No one knows, but every year someone has a new theory. Usually right around Halloween something gets published in the campus paper. Whatever is in there, though, it ain't friendly." "So, has anyone ever killed themselves in the neighboring rooms? Like this one?" "Nah, just 733. Honestly, I was surprised when I heard they were opening the North Hall this year. They told us we were the biggest incoming freshman class in 20 years. I said absent-mindedly. "Yeah, I heard that, too. You know you could request a room change." Ian sat down on the bed next to me, and I leaned against his shoulder. "Yeah, but they wouldn't keep us together." Lydia cut in. "Becca and I have been best friends for 15 years. We can't room with other people. So should we just keep living here, next to Satan?" I glanced at the closet door again. Lydia shrugged. "At least we'll have some stories to tell after graduation." "These aren't the kind of stories I want to tell."